Any doubts so far? So I had told you to do till 21, I think 21 or 22 page. We're gonna do type 2 today. So till type 1, any doubts again, you can ask me.
Mom.
Yeah.
Mom, on page 13,
Page 13.
the second illustration, can you explain that?
15, 14, 13. Okay. Illustration second. So you mean tan theta plus x, that one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if tan theta plus x divided by a is equal to tan theta plus y divided by b tan theta plus, then show that a plus b. Okay. So first of all, in these type of cases, what you can do is you can take two at a time. So if an equation like equals something like this is given, take two things at a time. So if I take tan theta plus x divided by a is equal to tan theta plus y divided by b, and tan theta plus x divided by a is equal to tan theta plus z divided by c. So that makes a continuous equation for me. Okay, you can either take 1 is equal to 2 and 1 is equal to 3, or you can take 1 is equal to 2 and 2 is equal to 3. Anything is fine. Okay, so with that, now see what do you have to prove. In the proving part, you can easily see there are a and b's, correct? So, and that too in ratios. So a by b or a plus b divided by a minus b, something like that. So what you can get from here is a by b is equal to tan theta plus x divided by tan theta plus y. Now, have you done componendo and dividendo?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is componendo and dividendo? You add same thing to the numerator and add same thing minus same thing to the denominator. Okay, and on the right hand side, what do?
Ma'am, that's what I didn't understand what they did on the right hand side.
Okay, so the thing is, it's a plus b divided by a minus b. Okay, so what they have done is, okay, fine, if you divide the numerator by a and denominator by a, what do you get? You get 1 plus b divided by a and 1 minus b divided by a. Is that fine? And you know the ratio of a by b. So can you find out this ratio for me? 1 plus b by a and 1 minus b by a. Find this ratio. Everyone find this ratio. 1 plus b by a divided by 1 minus b by a. What do you get?
Ma'am, is it just tan theta plus x plus tan theta plus y by...
Yes,
Oh,
solve it in terms of
okay, okay.
sign.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am, I got it.
You got the answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And this is also equal to one more thing. So if a by b is written as tan theta plus x divided by tan theta plus y, right? Okay, so if you're doing a plus b and a minus b here in the LHS part, you can just repeat the same here. You can write tan theta plus x plus tan theta plus y and tan theta plus x minus tan theta plus y. This is also correct. Okay, fine. Anyone has anything else to ask in the PDF can ask me now. No, any doubts, anything in the trigonometry? Write this if you want to write. This is componendo and dividendo rule. So you add the denominator and subtract the denominator, and then add the denominator and subtract the denominator in the right hand side too. Let's go to page number 21, type 2. Okay. Done? Everybody done? So come to type 2 that we have to do today, which is argument of sine and cosine are different, or a quadratic in sine cos is given, then we can make a square in sine cosine and interpret. So what do they mean here? In type 1, we had the same argument for cos and sine. That means the same coefficient for cos and sine. It was easy to interpret what is the maximum and the minimum value. But here, when the arguments are different, then what you can do, see here cos angle is also different. It's cos 2x and here it is sin x only. So what you can do is convert the whole equation either in cos or in sine. Okay, so in the way it might happen that you can get a quadratic. If you get a quadratic, try to make a whole square. So for example, in this question, say y is equal to cos 2x plus 3 sin x is given to you, right? Now we know that cos 2 theta is 1 minus 2 sin square theta.
Sine square theta.
Nobody has learned the trigonometric ratios formulas.
No.
Cos 2 theta is also equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1, but since we are trying to convert everything into sine, we are making this into sine. Now you will ask why we are not converting into cos, because if you convert this into cos, then it will become more of a complicated thing. It will go to x by 2 format. So it's easier to keep it as a whole in x, so convert it into sine. Okay, now plus 3 sin x. Okay, now it does make a structure for a square plus b square minus 2ab type, but not sure, because if you take this as a square and b square, then does not make sense for this. Okay, so what you can do is 1 minus, take 2 outside, sine square x minus 3 by 2 sin x. So here what did I do? This is my a square, and this is my minus 2ab part. Okay, so since a is sin x here, what should be b to get me this value? What should be b to get me this value? So 2 sine x into b is equal to 3 by 2 sine x, correct? So what should be b? B is equal to 3 by 4, right? So my b is equal to 3 by 4. So I can do one thing. I can add a whole square of b and I can subtract a square of b, so that would not affect the question. So what I can do is I can add 9 by 4 here and 9 by 16 here. Sorry, 4 4s are 16. 9 by 16 here and subtract 9 by 16 here. So that would not cause any harm to the question. Okay, now if you can clearly observe, I have made this in the format of a minus b whole square. Just check, is this equal to 1 minus 2 sin x minus 3 by 4 whole square and minus 9 by 8. Why 9 by 8? Because if I take out 2 will be multiplied to this value, becomes 9 by 8. Okay, now this is easy. If I have to go for a minimum value or maximum value, yeah,
Ma'am, plus 9 by 8, right?
yeah, sorry, plus 9 by 8. This here is a minus also, so becomes plus. What I can do here is I can minimize and maximize sin x to get me a minimum and maximum value. Now first find out the maximum minimum value in this case. What's the minimum and maximum value?
Um, 5 by 4 into.
I'll tell you one thing here. Just observe this thing. I'm clearing all of this and I'm just writing the final answer on the top. So your answer that you got is 1 minus 2 sin x minus 3 by 4 whole square plus 9 by 8. Now tell me, we have to find the maximum value of this, correct? This value 1 and this value 9 by 8 is positive, correct? These being added up will make the maximum value. But what is not letting this to be maximum? This value, correct? So any value of sin x that you put here will decrease the function, not increase the function. So if you have something like x plus y plus z minus w, so if it is possible to make w is equal to 0, then you will get a maximum value. Just imagine x plus y plus z. If I say w to be 1, 2, 3, anything, right? Then does not make sense, because any value of w in positive will decrease the value. Now you'll ask me, ma'am, you can make this negative. We can't make this negative, it's a square function here. Square function is not negative, and sin x cannot be imaginary to make it a negative value, correct? So it's easy and it's obvious that we should make this function to be 0. How can I make this function to be 0? If sin x is equal to 3 by 4, then this function will become 0. Then I'll get the maximum value of 1 plus 9 by 8. What's the answer? 17 by 8. Any doubt in this? No. Okay. Now for a minimum value, what you can do is, there is already a negative here. So you have to maximize this function sin x minus 3 by 4 to the whole square. If you are able to maximize this function, you can get what? You can get easily the negative, the minimum value. So this function is minus 3 by 4. Okay, if I make sin x to be positive, if I make sin x to be 1 and not minus 1, I'll decrease the function. 1 minus 3 by 4 is 1 by 4. But if I make this negative, if I say minus 1 or maybe minus 3 by 4, then I'm adding up to the function. I'm adding up to sin x minus 3 by 4 function. So this is, this is just by observing some things that you can find out, that you can't even find out by putting so many values. Okay, so here what can I do is, this function is this thing is negative, minus 3 by 4 is negative. So now after checking three values, which is 1, minus 1 and minus 3 by 4, I got to know that sin x should be negative to get me this function at highest, so that I can make the whole function minimum. So I can take the extreme negative value. What is the extreme negative value for sin x? Minus 1. If I take it minus 1 and I do minus 3 by 4, what's the answer I'm getting here? What's the answer I'm getting here? Minus 7 by 4. If I whole square it, becomes 49 by 16. Multiplied by 2 becomes 49 by 8, and that too in negative. Gives me the least value for the whole function. Any doubts in this, you can ask me, because this observing part here is very important. Sooner or later you will get more complicated function, and if you're not used to observing the values, you'll be in a great trouble. I can explain this again. Anyone has a doubt here can ask me again.
Ma'am, can you explain again?
Sure. So from the start, okay, Ishana, if you can see, the final answer was 1 minus 2 sin x minus 3 by 4 whole square plus 9 by 8, correct? So if I say, okay, let's start from the starting only. Okay, this is my final answer. Now forget this for one time. I'm writing x plus z minus w square. Okay, I take the value of x to be 1, z to be 2. Now tell me, what value of w should I take that this function is maximum?
3.
What value of w should I take so that this function is maximum? You're telling me the full answer, that maximum value is 3 for the function. What value of w should I take so that I can get a 3?
Like that. So it has to be minus.
So if I take x is equal to 1, z is equal to 2, and w square is equal to 3. That's what you're telling? Is this perfect, Ishana?
No,
According to you?
I don't know.
No, you have to tell me. See what's going on in your mind, then only I can make you understand what I just explained. It's okay. It's okay. Any very silly thing also you can ask me.
Uh, no, I mean,
Yeah, tell me. See, you have to speak up.
it isn't right.
Okay. Let's do some exercise over here. You only do it. Write x plus z minus w square. Write it. X plus z minus w square. Anyone who has a doubt here, write this down. X plus z minus w square. Take x is equal to 1, z is equal to 2. And put w is equal to minus 1, minus 2, 0, 1, 2. Okay. W is equal to minus 1, minus 2, 1 and 2. And tell me what is the maximum value that you're getting.
The maximum value is 7. If you take minus 2 or 2. Mom, you muted yourself.
Sorry. If you take w is equal to what, then you get the maximum value.
If you take it as minus 2 or 2.
Okay, so if you take minus 2, then x plus z minus of minus 2 whole square. So 1 plus 2 minus 4, right?
I added everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it. So that's why I'm explaining it like this to you. So anybody who has a doubt here can now understand that if you take a negative value for w, does not make sense. You will not get any higher value. On other hand, if you take w to be positive, then it will decrease the function only. Why? Because it's a whole square. What does whole square do? Negative will become positive. Okay, if it is already positive, then there is a negative outside. What will the negative outside do? So if I have 10 kgs of rice and there is a hole in it, if I don't put something on that hole, the rice will come out. It's obvious. So the negative value will decrease the function. So what you can do is put w is equal to 0. So if you put w is equal to 0, this negative won't affect the function at all. So you'll get the highest value possible, which is 3. Okay.
Yeah.
So in the same way, for this function, the function that we had, our x is equal to this, our z is equal to this, and w is this whole function.
Okay,
Okay.
now I understood. Yeah.
Now you understood?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you make this 0, so I can't make 2 0 because it's already a number. What can I make? I can make this function 0, which is inside. How can I make this 0? If I take the sin x value to be 3 by 4, because it is an acceptable value. What is sin x? range, minus 1 to 1. So 3 by 4 is between this range or somewhere in this range. Sin x can be 3 by 4. That's why it can be 0 here. So your maximum value would be 1 plus 9 by 8. Understood for the maximum value?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For the minimum value, now you have to do ulta. What we were doing now, we were decreasing the negative function. We are making it as minimum as possible. We are making it 0, not minimum. If I take minimum, then it will be negative, but we can't make this negative. It's a whole square. So to make it highest, what should I do? I should make the negative function highest, so that same illustration I'm taking, if I have a rice bag, if I make that hole bigger, I have a small hole, if make it bigger, rice will come out faster. So if I make the negative function more big, then it will reduce more value from my whole function. Correct? So if I make this more and more negative, that means I should make sin x minus 3 by 4 to the whole square maximum. Okay. Now some work here also. Take sin x to be 0, 1, minus 1, and that's it. Take these three values and tell me what is the maximum value in this you are getting.
49 by 16.
For
For
sin x equal to?
minus 1.
Good. Now what's the interpretation of this? That because this function was negative, this thing minus 3 by 4 is there, then if you add anything to minus 3 by 4, if it is a positive value, if I do 1 minus 3 by 4, decreases. If I do 0 minus 3 by 4, still not good. If I do minus 1 minus 3 by 4, adds up, makes it more valuable. So you have to think relatively. What is there aside the function or after the function? So that's how you can take out minimum and maximum value. Now it's good.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's move on to type 3. Making use of reciprocal relationship between tan and cot, sine and cosec, and cos and sec. So if a function like this is given, a relationship between tan cot, sine cosec, or cos sec. So they are inversely relatable, right? If I say how is tan related to cot, tan is equal to 1 by cot, sine is equal to 1 by cosec, sec is equal to 1 by cos. So these inverse relationship, if a function of these relationship is given, then what you can do? You can do as follows. So let's take this illustration, which is there, y is equal to a square tan square x plus b square cot square x. Okay, so now same thing, same rule we have to follow, that we have to convert the whole function in one trigonometric ratio. So let's take it tan, because tan we know more formulas than cot. Then b square by tan square. This is fine. Okay, now in the similar manner that we had taken in type 2, just look at this. This is your a square, this is your b square. What's missing here is missing 2ab and minus 2ab. If you do this, you will end up to a whole square function once again. So what will be the value? So a tan, so I'll write it like this so that it's more understood. So from tan x, I can cancel tan x here. I have 2ab. So similarly, I have minus 2ab here. Okay. So I'll have a function like a tan x minus, so let's take plus 2ab. So I have b by tan x here whole square and minus 2ab. It's okay. In the solution they have taken 2ab into the consideration and left out 2ab after the function, but I'm taking 2ab inside, so I'm taking a plus b whole square and minus 2ab. Right? Now I have to find the maximum and minimum value. So what I can do here, how is the maximum value? How can I take the maximum value?
If 2ab becomes 0,
If 2ab
a
becomes
or
0, then
b,
one of a or b will be
a
0.
or b should be 0.
A or B should be 0, correct? So now if A or B should be 0, so this here in this function also, if suppose B is 0, so this whole thing is 0. You have only A tan square x. Getting my point? And here, if you take A is equal to 0, then this function is 0. Giving you B by tan x. Right? So it will totally depend for the maximum value, because you have to see the tan x value here. If the tan x value is integer, if they give you a hint like tan x is integer, so what do I mean by tan x is integer? So if I take tan x is equal to, for example, 2 for some value, then I have 2a and b by 2. Then it's pretty obvious that I take b by 2, b is equal to 0, so I have 2a, twice of value of a. Okay, given that a is greater than b or a is equal to b. So for these two values, you can take b is equal to 0. Now here also it's very comparative thing. If I am given with the relationship of a and b, and I'm given the value of 10x, or I'm given the range of 10x. So if I say the next thing that I can take is if tan x is an ratio. For example, if tan x is 3 by 2, okay, so I have 3 by 2a plus 2b by 3. Okay, now what will be beneficial for me? To
If b
take
is
a
0.
b is 0, correct?
Yeah.
So that is the thing, that you should be very comparative in all these things, and that is the reason in the question they have very carefully asked only the minimum value of y. If you take the minimum value of y, it's just 2ab. So if your a becomes equal to minus b or something like that, then you'll get 2a. Okay. So this was your type 3. Now you have all your practice problems. These conditional identities, just take it a look on page number 24. Is there any identity that we have left and or I have not told you? Because all these identities, it's not useful that if I write it on the board and then you write it, because anyways you have to learn it. You have to just do it like 10 days in a row every morning, write it 10 times or write it 20 times. There's the same formula, because there are so many trigonometric formulas that you can't remember, I know, but they can ask anything in the exam and it is useful if you do everything. Okay. uh, so these are all proving questions, you can just try it. Yeah, we'll do from here page number 27, summation of trigonometric series. Okay, done guys. Now just look into a PDF, open it, and see the type 1, which is your sine summation series. Okay, so if you can clearly see, you have to find out the value of sine alpha plus sine alpha plus beta plus sine alpha plus 2 beta and so on till sine alpha plus n minus 1 beta. So if you can see, the angles are in AP, right? Angles are in AP. So if I just name this series to be S, so S is equal to, for me, is sine alpha plus sine alpha plus beta plus sine alpha plus 2 beta